Okay.
All right, so what's up, y'all? It's Keisha, also known as Frack, and this is On the Cloud podcast. So we made it to episode 16, where we will talk about relationships and all about like what couples, relationships, marriages go through. So we have a special guest today. His name is Ryan. Can you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely, yeah. So my name is Ryan Brown. I'm originally from Philadelphia. I'm currently residing in Temecula, California, with my wife of 3.5 years now. And yeah, we are business owners out here. We own a small batch hot sauce company. We are wonderfully made, so feel free to check us out. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of us. I'm a full time active duty officer in the Navy, and she models and acts up in LA.
Okay, all right. I definitely have to check that out.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So just first, let's get right in. So how did you meet your wife? Like how did you guys meet?
Funny you asked that. So we actually operated in like sort of connecting circles of friends in college.
Hmm.
So back at Penn State, we both went to the university. We kind of always connected through different friend groups, but never actually really spent much time together. And so after I graduated, I finally reached out to her via social media, and we ended up dating shortly thereafter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then just talking about your wife. So we asked everyone the same question. What kind of turns them on, turns them off? What do you love about your wife?
Um, I love who she is as a person. She's loving, she's caring, um, caring to the point of a little bit of naive, but um, she expects the best out of people,
Mhm.
and I appreciate that because that's almost the opposite of who I am. Um, I generally expect the worst in people, so her looking for the good in them, the that's a very big thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah. And then on the flip side, what's some things that you're like, oh, this gets on my nerves that you do?
She complains a lot. Like
Okay.
everything bothers her. Every little thing bothers her. So she has in her mind, like, hey, this is supposed to go this way, and it doesn't go that way. It's immediately like the biggest complaint of the week for her. So yeah, that's really the biggest thing. The amount of complaining.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So do if you look back on your relationship, dating in that phase, what do you remember like what that first date was like? Like your first date
I
together?
do. I do. Our first date was me driving up to New York from Connecticut and me cooking her dinner. And I cooked her dinner in her parents' home.
Okay.
Uh, it was very calm, very relaxing. It was a big change from what I was accustomed to because most people, when you're trying to date somebody or getting to know them, they always wanted to go to like some fancy restaurant, have you spend all the money, and never really, reciprocate anything in return. So yeah, it was a huge change in pace. Me being able to just go to the market and just grab some stuff to cook, kind of deal. Yeah.
What was the dinner? Do you remember?
Yes. So I cooked. So it's funny because now years later, looking back at it, it's hilarious because she didn't really grow up eating like seafood,
Hmm.
and so I cooked her salmon dinner with asparagus. Um, so I sautéed some salmon, threw it in a pan or whatever the case is, and like it was like lemon pepper salmon, asparagus, and like some like mashed potatoes or something like that with spinach on the side. Um, and yeah, that was something that she never really grew up eating, but she ate it because I cooked it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Ooh. Yeah, that's
yeah,
nice. Good. But
crazy.
far as now, so you mentioned like you've been married for 3 years. How's like the marriage life or like that transition over from dating and to being married now?
So nothing really changed between us dating and us being married, because at the end of the day we still go on dates.
Mhm.
We still there's still things that we're learning about each other even after 3 years of marriage.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So it definitely, it's nothing. Yeah, like I said, nothing really changed. It's just a different level. You know who you're dealing with, and you kind of are more accepting of whatever stories they're willing to tell you at that point in time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, far as like all the questions you have answered, all of them I have for you. Do you have
Okay.
like any advice that you would like give anybody who's thinking about getting married one day or in that dating phase or transitioning? Any advice for any future couples?
So dating, from my understanding right now, is a little bit difficult.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is.
so a few friends that I have, basically, their go-to phrase is "dating is ghetto," right? I'll say you have to trust the process, and if you really care about that person, whoever it is that you are seeking to date, you'll find a way to move forward with them and actually secure that date and potentially a future with them. Um, my my overall advice is just to be patient, um, and try not to jump to conclusions. I think that's one of the biggest things that we all do when it comes to dating people and getting to know people. We jump to conclusions based off of the little bit of information that we have.
Hmm.
Try to be as open minded as you can, moving forward with your dating life and things like that. And I think that'll open up a little bit more possibilities for a lot more people.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's great advice. Thanks. Thanks a
absolutely,
lot. But to
absolutely.
open up the floor, do you have like any questions for me or just anything about
Um,
anything?
I don't really have a lot of questions. I'm just, I'm just enjoying life as we can.
Mm-hmm.
Wife and I are still dating, and that's the biggest thing that I have for people. We still go on dates. I still ask her questions about things that she's not really as forthcoming about, and she does the same thing for me. And every single day we're learning something new about each other. Um, so, I that's just really the biggest thing. Just kind of always be open to learning. Always be open to learning more about your partner, being more understanding, and things like that. Um, you know, Good luck to everybody that's watching your podcast. When it comes to dating in 2020, COVID is an entirely different beast.
Yep.
So I hope everyone has Zoom so they can go on their Zoom dates.
That's
um,
funny you mentioned that. Yeah.
I mean, from what I understand, this is something that people have done. They've definitely gone on Zoom dates before,
Wow.
as a result of this year. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that kind of continues to the remainder of the year, allowing people to kind of connect and different things like that. But yeah, it's it's entirely it's a different beast. But yeah,
Wow.
COVID COVID surprising, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's depressing in a way. Yeah. But I just want to thank you. Thank you so much for joining on the Cloud Podcast and being a guest on the show. And
absolutely,
thanks you all for watching and tuning in. So see ya.
absolutely. Bye. It was good meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Absolutely. Bye bye.